Alright guys, today when you guys are watching this video, it is Saturday, so happy Saturday to everyone. For those of you guys that are working for the weekend, it's here. Have some fun. Not much racing going on this weekend. Everything got canceled. We were supposed to go to Streetcar Takeover Bristol, but that got canceled due to that hurricane that kind of went up there, and it just made a mess. So before we really get rolling this video, I do want to let you guys know I'm extending the turbo giveaway to Sunday. So you have today and tomorrow to get your orders in. Every item on lsnasty.com is an entry to win that badass Force Inductions billet wheel 85mm turbo polished by Joe at Dieter's Custom Finishing. It's an absolutely badass unit, T6. I mean, it's a bigger turbo than what was on the Boosted Roost when we had it. Very comparable turbo to what I got on Charlie Murphy, and it's a very nice unit. So all you have to do to enter is go to lsnasty.com. I'm back on my little handheld point and shoot. I'm hoping that the microphone's better. Both my point and shoot cameras have internal microphones. They've never given me any issues before. Last week I filmed some videos and I was having microphone issues, so I moved over to my Canon 80D, which is a DSLR, a bigger one with a boom mic on top. And then yesterday I filmed the video and I started having issues with my boom mic. So I don't know what's going on, if I'm just killing mics or whatnot, but I'm hoping that the audio is good. I'm going to try to project my voice and be loud so you guys can get some good audio. Today we're heading down to Jason Brazzel's shop, Brazzel Performance Fabrication, and we got a salty chicken update video. What I'm going to do for you guys is I'm going to go over to the playlist section on my channel, and I'm going to take every salty chicken video and make a salty chicken playlist, have black sheep playlist. So if you guys want to see just specific videos on the builds of each vehicle, because we do have a lot of projects here, you'll be able to do that. So let's open up here. We'll show you guys what we're working with. I've got some goodies going with me down to Jason's shop. He's been hammering out work. He just got Notorious Notch's car done and a couple other little projects. I got some Flowtech headers in here. I got a reed case. You guys do know that I bought this case to build it, and then I bought a 2-speed lockup. Mickey 2-speed lockup, and I'm letting Chris use that. That's in the bad apple right now because we're trying to get that car ready for FL2K. So I got this one. We're going to end up building this into a 2-speed 400 that Chris will then put in his car, and I'm going to get the lockup back. All my carbon fiber pieces plus my optic armor. So I got my carbon doors, fenders, front bumper, rear bumper, roof, hood, and deck lid. So I have a lot of carbon fiber. Got my optic armor up there as well, and I got a box from Quartermax with some goodies there, some stuff from Motion Raceworks as well. So I got a lot of stuff that I'm taking down to Jason's shop to get put on the car. So let's go down there. He's been working on the salty chicken. You guys are going to be blown away when you see the progress in the state that it's in. Alright guys, we are out here at Jason's shop, and if you don't follow him or myself on Instagram, you probably should. Be on the lookout in this video. I'm going to tag his Instagram. If you have any business inquiries, you could always hit him up on Instagram, or we'll give you his phone number so you can give him a call. But he's a busy guy. He makes some badass stuff. And I say, if you don't follow us on Instagram, that's where we put all of our live updates on what we're working on. Jason's been putting up some updates on the salty chicken, on what he's got it. So for most of you guys that don't follow him, you're about to see it right now for the first time. A couple of you guys got a little sneak peek, and I don't know if you guys are ready for this. So Jason's got his new little addition to the shop. We're going to open it up here and... All right, here it is. This is the salty chicken. My 99 Trans Am. Still got a VIN tag for now, and it's a real deal car. And Jason is spearheading this entire build. And where is the car? Look at this. Everything is cut out.
It's out there in the trailer.
What have you been doing to this thing?
Putting it on a diet.
I'd say so. I'd say so. We're going to do carbon floors, so we don't need any floors. It's literally just a shell at this point.
Yeah, it was, of course I didn't notice it cut out in the video after I tried it the second time on Instagram. But it was 427 pounds, body, K-member, front brake, strut, as you see it right now without the tubiness in it.
So I'd say this stuff's quite heavy. We got drop spindles, chromoly drop spindles, but there's still a lot of weight up here. So with the whole front suspension bolted up, and the shell, it was 427 pounds.
And we're still going to lose some weight. Like I said, all this stuff's coming out. I just need something to hold it in place right now.
I can already hear everyone in the comments. Oh, Pro Mod. Pro Mod.
It's factory location. Man.
Factory front suspension.
Yeah, I mean, it's all bolt-in K-member. I'll argue with the best of them on that, because that's not...
Tell them they can kiss your ass.
Yes, thank you.
So what are you, here, I'll go over on this side. You stay over there. We'll talk to you. what do you got going on here? What is the game plan? What point in the build are you? Just talk us through what's going on in your head and where we are in the build and what you've done and what you plan on doing.
Well, right now it's just kind of laying the floor structure out. It's pretty well in. Now since I get it all tacked in, I'll connect it back to the actual jig just to make sure it's not drawing or pulling on anything. Because all this is welded in, everything's been squared off. It's tacked to the actual body and it's tacked, you know, through the chassis here. So I'll go back and just tie in a couple spots just to tack it to hold it in place, so it's not on these when you're welding them in, it's not pulling it, trying to stretch it or.
This is the foundation.
Yes, this is the most important part here. So making sure that all this is square, because if this is off, it throws everything off. But what we're doing now, all that's pretty well taken care of. So putting in some cross bracing, I've got to come back, and since you got the transmission here to me, I can put the X bracing in here, and this bar that you see on that goes all the way across is actually getting cut out. So what you can do is the max you can have on a certed chassis is from the front of that bar to the back here is 16 inches. That's the max you can go back. But
and is that a safety thing, or do you know the reasoning behind that?
I don't. I'm sure that it's something to do with the structure wise. As far as if you're going back so far, it's probably going to take some strength out of the chassis itself. So they're saying 16 inches, which is still good to us because that'll put it right here. We can build a mount to it, and then what I'll do is I'll come back in here and tie
and brace it all.
Tie that back in, yeah. So we'll be good on that part. Plus we'll have it where it comes up and actually goes around as well. So
we're gonna have exposed transmission. So as you guys see the transmission sitting here right now, once the car's done, it's just gonna be sitting here chilling just like that.
That's how it's gonna look. You'll be able to see the knuckle.
Don't be sticking your fingers around here.
Put stickers on here, so do not stick finger in.
So factory firewall, factory front suspension, but everywhere else, everyone likes to say the P word. It's essentially a Pro Mod with a shell.
It's not. It's not. They don't have. Pro Mods don't have factory front suspension.
Or factory firewalls.
Yeah, factory firewall, and it has 24 inches of stock frame rail.
I think they require 21. We got 24.
Actually, they require 18. We got 24.
Wow. We're not worried about it.
So I mean, everything is in factory location. We're not doing anything that the rules don't allow.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest thing is just, you know, you take the rule and walk the line with it if you can.
Yeah. So a lot of these classes that we run, small block boost, it's cast block, cast head, single turbo, no Pro Mod chassis. They changed it from no Pro Mod chassis to no Pro Mod appearing bodies, which even gives us more room. We could do a strutted front end, but we're not. We're staying factory front suspension.
I mean, for instance, when we ran it, that lights out. I mean, the one car we ran was a Pro Mod. It was a double frame rail
Pro Mod. It just had
stock wheelbase. Is
yep.
What they done, and so it wasn't stretched 6 inches or 8 inches or whatever. It was stock wheelbase, and so it looked from the outside. I mean, if you're just looking at the car itself, it did look stock appearing.
But when you pull that front end off,
like, holy shit!
Yeah. So.
Bars in to confuse the monkey.
Yeah. So I think it looks good. Now going forward, you get the floor structure all figured out and laid. What's the next step? What do you start doing from there?
The next step is I'll come up to your dashboards, get that where I want it, which will actually come about right here, and I'll start making the main hoops and actually just tie all this in. I won't do the funny car cage and anything yet, just so I can get in and out of it easier. But once I get all that squared away, then I can kind of start building towards the back. But what I'll do is once I get the main frame of the front done, is I'll go ahead and build the rear end. I'm going to put the brackets on it and stuff like that, and I'll actually set it in place, because right now the car is sitting 3 inches off the ground. This is exactly how the car is going to be sitting.
So this is the ground?
That's the ground.
Okay, so 3 inches.
If you need some rocks, put them in your pocket or grass.
And 3 inches is the rule?
3 inches is the rule. And there's a good reason behind it. I used to like slamming a bunch of cars even more than that, but the problem is, when you're going to stage, man, if you got a front end that's flexible, it'll flicker and it'll flicker the beam and cause you a red light. So it's definitely a good rule to go by. 3 inches is close enough to the ground, man.
I mean, that's slammed.
Yeah,
that's slammed.
That is. This thing's gonna be touching 3 inches. So.
Damn it, boy. God, this thing's gonna be unreal. So one thing that I do, me and you have talked about it, is the actual seating position. A Trans Am, F-body, even like 5th gen Camaros, which is loosely called an F-body, they all have massive doors. Like the doors are just absolutely humongous. So like when you have your normal seating position in the car is literally like halfway in the door. Like if this was the Boosted Rooster, the seat would be mounted, the seat back would be like right here. We're not doing that on this.
You'll be right here. So your actual NC to do the true cert, when this bar gets X'd out, you need to go to the point, to the highest point on this thing. And so with you putting the seat back that far, it actually works in your favor getting in and out, because you're back here, you're going to get out the car about right here. Instead of sitting here, you're going to get out the car here, and that puts you at the lowest point in that X. Because if not, if you got to go down further, which you can, it's allowed, but then you got to put kickers to it.
Yep.
I'd rather just go ahead and run it up and tie it in exactly like it's supposed to, and we can do that with putting you back there by the tail lights.
So with my little short legs, they're only going to be reaching about up here.
Right here. Baby Huey pedal right here.
So it's going to be hilarious when you open the door. It's going to be like from there forward, it's just going to be like space. I mean, we could put stuff up there if we need to. Like, I mean, we could put, I don't know, like snacks, maybe like a cup holder. But I'm excited about that, and one thing that I do like about that is if you're going to put the main hoop right here, which most people do, put the main hoop, like I guess would be, the back of the door, or where like there would be like a bulkhead or something. You're not sitting way out in front of the hoop, you're actually sitting back in it. So from a safety standpoint.
So this main hoop will actually go on top of this bar here, which this bar is in the way right now. But it'll actually, it'll come back here, but we'll lean you back. And once I see where you sit, then we'll actually come back with those bars.
Because I essentially sit on the cage.
Yes.
Carbon seat. It's going to have a little bit of padding, but I'm attached to the actual chassis itself.
Yes.
It's not like where you have a seat bracket and the seat is attached to the car.
Yeah.
You're attached to the cage.
No, yeah, it's tied directly in. Like I said, once we get the main hoop and stuff, you'll have a bar that actually runs down beside you and goes to the front, and the seat will be tied into all that. That seat will be Zeus fastened into it. And really, those kind of seats, that's kind of like any other seat. It's there, it's holding you in, but it's not going anywhere. The seat belts is what's just
holding you to it,
containing you to that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, man,
it's wild.
It's a sick build.
Now, as we go further back into the rear end, most pro mods, like a pro mod, you take the body off of, right? They have like, where the frame rails go up and over for the rear end to sit up in there. This thing will be similar in appearance. I'd say that it'll confuse a lot of people when we rip the body off to get the whole chassis powder coated. People will be like, I'm sorry, what's that?
Yeah, they will, and that's what it's going to look like, but it still stops here. We're not taking the whole chassis.
This build did not start off with a pile of tubes.
No.
They were just added to this pre-existing car.
And going right back to the structure. It's not like we're building a chassis and then setting a body on it.
Perfect. Well, it looks good, and I don't think you guys understand how light this really is. This is the fender, factory rear fenders, and the whole fender just shakes. I mean, that's it's wild. Look at this. Street car.
You don't see any pro mods.
Still have a key latch on it. We got a bunch of stuff. I brought you all my carbon stuff. I brought you my Lexan. You got a bunch of stuff from Quartermax. I brought some more.
BPS storage.
Yeah, you got a bunch of my stuff here. And we pretty much everything to build the car. Chassis-wise.
That's one thing I got to say, that you stayed on top of things. It's like there's not a few things that we might need, and that's just stuff that we may need as we're going. It's not, oh God, hey man, I'm waiting for you to bring this to me. It's all here.
And I tried to get the badass shit. I got the badass.
The little tiny anti-roll.
I got. Where's the anti-roll? Is this it right here? Look at the size of that. That's 400 spline for everyone at home that can't count. I mean, that thing is meaty. And we got a bunch of stuff, so I mean, I'm excited about it.
It's all top-notch stuff, man. I mean, that's the one thing, when we talked about before this whole deal got started. You have all these other cars. You got Black Sheep, which is super badass, but you're like, man, I want one car that's just mine, and I want to go all out. And, this is it. I mean, this is the one. And like I told everybody, I said, this dude has busted his ass to get this car and to get parts, because I've had people ask, oh man, he's getting this and getting that money. I was like, no, I know where this money's coming from. I've seen where it comes from. I'm telling you, this dude has paid for every piece on this thing himself.
Yeah, no, Holly's hooked me up with everything, I will say. Holly's taken care of me really well.
Sponsors have helped you with stuff, but I'm saying as far as the stuff that you had to pay for, yes, definitely.
And I've shopped around. I got some smoking deals. It's like the stars aligned with this build. Yeah. That's why I don't rush it. I mean, I said I'd build one from the ground up, and I never really knew how ground up it would be. I mean, it evolved multiple times. I mean, for example, I got like $15,000 in carbon fiber that I picked up for $4 grand. Yeah. You can't beat it. Kevin and the guys up at Cant Performance made an awesome motor, so we're gonna do that stock block deal with this car. For those of you guys that don't remember, we're gonna set the stock block world record with this car. So it's a 5.3, and Jose at Force Inductions helps out with the turbo. You are absolutely killing it. I mean, that's the thing, is the chassis brings all of those pieces together, and you obviously know what you're doing with the chassis work. The Black Sheep works flawlessly. The Bad Apple works amazing. You got the Bull Mare over there, which is getting some love. I mean, BPF literally everywhere.
It's good there, man. It's just, you know, like you said, you surround people, you surround yourself with good people. TKM, you know, me and Kevin work, you know, hand to hand together. You know, Jose's always put some badass turbos and everything that I put my hands on just about. Man, I mean, it's just, you get a, you know, Devin with the Holley.
Oh, I can't forget. Devin's going to wire it too.
Yeah, Devin's wiring it, and you know, every time we're like, when he went behind me wiring the car and Kevin did tuning, man, it's just, everything's went really smooth.
It's a very successful combo.
Yeah, so I mean, I've been real fortunate to be able to, you know, time with some of these guys.
So I'm excited about this. You're not telling me all the details on this build. I keep asking him questions. He's like, no, you're just going to have to wait and see. So everyone else, you're in the same boat as me. You're just going to have to wait and see. We got like an amazing foundation on it. It blows my mind what the car looks like right now. I mean, the floor, like, you just started putting that floor structure in today. Yeah. I mean, it looks like it's crazy. I mean, just seeing it all cut out to now, I'm like, shit just got real. So it's kind of making me nervous a little bit. I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know if I'm ready for all this. So this is where we are right now. The salty chicken, the cardboard chicken, the cardboard feather. Oh yeah, look at this. The salty chicken. And here it is. I mean, it's absolutely insane.
It almost looks like a dune buggy right now.
It does. It's like, it's so crazy. It's wild with that. I mean, it's got no roof. It's wild. So I'm excited to see the comments. A lot of people have been asking about this build because, I mean, listen, I bought this car as a perfectly good running car.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's real deal. Start to finish, every single piece of this build has been documented, and it's in good hands over here at BPF. So if you guys need any fab work, any cage work, turbo kits. You're also doing the turbo kit. I failed to mention that. You're going to do another one of your badass turbo kits. What number will that be for me?
Oh, no.
That's up there.
Yeah, this way. I've probably done 6 or 7 for y'all.
God.
Just y'all.
It's absolutely insane.
I've been 30 since last year.
That's wild. So you're the turbo kit guy. I say you make the most badass turbo kits, and they all make amazing power. That's one thing I want to say. I about died in the Ranger. You made the turbo kit on that. It literally almost, out of all the cars, it almost killed me.
That was wild, man. When me and Chris took it on the road, I was like, oh God.
Didn't expect it.
No, I didn't.
So if you guys need anything chassis work, I'd say one thing that people don't utilize you enough for is just your suspension setup and trackside assistance, getting cars to go down. Hit him up, turn around, let's see the phone number. There it is. You guys can hit up Jason Brazzel. I linked his Instagram in this video a bunch, so you can hit him up Instagram as well. And he's trying to use Instagram, but don't yell at him. He's an old man. He doesn't know what he's doing.
You know, it's like, I have to go to the window. I don't have any servers in here, so it's like 1 minute I think it's working, next minute it's not. I'm like, look, I got to get back to building cages. I got to set this thing over here. So.
All right, well, I'm super stoked about this, and we're going to see this thing come together. And I'll be back bugging you, getting updates on it, and then I'm sure before no time we'll be ripping the cage out and getting it powder coated, and then it gets serious.
Oh yeah.
So what do you think, about another week or so and should be wrapped up?
If you understand, you know.